What's up, Pisces? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. So, guys, I am back. So, I know I have been a little MIA for a while, but I was literally uprooting my life and I ended up moving to downtown St. Petersburg. So, I'm super, super excited. So, I apologize rather, guys, that I haven't been around, but I really just wanted to secure this. I wanted me and my son to be stable. I lost like 2-3 weeks of work, so I know so many people were upset, guys, but this was priority. This was so important for me. So I'm just happy I was able to make this happen. So glad to be back. Let's see what's going on with you guys for this July mid-month. So Pisces, with the fact that you guys are going to be very emotionally in tune, just like all water signs, with all these retrogrades, the fact that it's Cancer season, I'm not going to be surprised if some of you are really feeling like you're getting kicked in the ass right now, because you're just going to internalize, you know, this world much deeper than a lot of other signs do. So just keep that in mind, that, you know, there's just a lot of changes happening right now, a lot of adjustments that people are making, a lot of things that seem like they're kind of like getting ripped out of your lives, but you're able to handle it, okay? You're able to handle it. You will get through it. And there is nothing that will be ripped from you that's meant to be with you, okay? Nothing that is yours could ever be compromised. So let's see what's going on, Pisces, and let's get into this. Now, to keep in mind, guys, that you can always find me on Instagram, High Vibrations 44. So even if I'm not posting on YouTube, I'm always posting daily energies there, so you can still see stuff, you know, that I'm doing for you and other signs, okay? All right, so we have the past, present, and future. All right, guys. So the energy that we have here is the Two of Swords in the reverse. So this is when we're making a very solid decision on something. And we have the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Maybe this could be a decision in regards to a betrayal or some sort of sudden ending that happens. All right. So let's keep that in mind and let's see what that can be about. So the first card that you guys have for the past, you have the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups, this could be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio energy. As you know, this could be you. Or it could just be, you know, regardless of if this is describing you or, you know, someone around you, this is someone who's going to be very charismatic, someone that is very empathic. They're, you know, very understanding, very easy to talk to, usually very likable. So let's see why this Knight of Cups is here. We have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. And we have the Temperance card in the reverse. So there's something that your soul is feeling uneasy with, okay? Where you're no longer seeing eye to eye with someone, or there's something that's no longer working out for you. And I see it as something that you're actually more powerful just getting through and walking away from. But it was definitely something that was causing some sort of imbalance here. Okay, where there wasn't equal give or take. Maybe you were putting more effort into something than someone else was, or maybe, let's say, for example, you were at a job where, you know, you're bending over your back, or, you know, bending over backwards rather, to do all this hard, crazy work, and you don't feel like you're getting compensated enough. So it could be that sort of, you know, unequal energy. The next card that you guys have for the past is the Three of Cups. So this is a card about going out, partying, celebrating, spending time with friends, just, you know, being excited about things. So why is this here? We have the Six of Wands, a card about victory and success. And we have the Page of Cups. So you move away from something that's just not working out for you. Maybe there's some sort of secret that came out about it. But here, it's like you're really excited about something. Maybe there's some sort of offer that came in for you. Or maybe you're putting out something in the world where you feel like you're going to be very successful. But, you know, with this next card here, you have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. And then here's your energies here, okay? Seven of Swords in the reverse. You have the Five of Swords. You have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. So here, Pisces, to be honest with you, and again, I know that the energies can be vice versa. So this could be something that you're experiencing coming from someone else as opposed to happening with you. But it's like someone does something that makes them very excited and that makes them very happy, but it causes some sort of emotional distress. So let's see why. And let's not let these cards fall, okay? Why is this Queen of Cups here in the reverse? We have the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the Three of Wands in the reverse. So this is actually like a catch-22 sort of situation where yes, you're happy about something and you're celebrating and you feel it's good and you're feeling successful with it and you feel like it's something that could be in your life long term. But then at the same time, you're unhappy about something that can no longer continue. So it's like you're excited about a new part of yourself, but you're also mourning an old part of yourself. And it's so funny because I know I've mentioned her, you know, in the past, but one of my very good friends is a Pisces. So shout out to you, my love, if you're watching. But you know, when I moved into this place like a week ago, or it was like about a week or two ago, I couldn't stay the first few days and I felt so weird, and I called and I'm like, I feel so sad. And why do I feel so sad? Like, I've dreamed of living in a place like this my whole life and I finally got it and I'm finally like living the life I've always wanted. Why am I so sad? I just got everything that I wanted. And she was like, my love, because you're mourning the girl you can't be anymore. She's like, you can no longer slack, you can no longer, you know, be on your shit. Like, you have to actually be on your shit now. And it was just very comforting to have that conversation where it's like, okay, now I understand. So it's like you're excited about a new chapter, but it's like a part of you is almost dying, you know. In order for you to level up, you're shedding that layer of skin, you know. So with that, you know, being said, the first card that you guys have for your present moment is the Two of Wands, where you're happy and you're passionate about the path that you're on, and you see something that just makes sense for you, something that you're very excited about. You have the Knight of Swords in the reverse and the Two of Cups. Okay, so guys, there's a sense of guardedness here where there's something that you're closely tied to, whether it be a person, whether it be a job, you know, just anything that you're tied to at the moment, where you're very happy about going towards it, but there's a sense of recklessness here. Okay, so you feel good, but it's like you have to be guarded about this. For some of you, maybe you feel like it's the best thing to kind of just give up on this, but there's part of you, again, that really wants to go forward with it too. The next card that you have for your present moment and the center to your whole reading is the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So when you guys have this energy, you know, this is the energy of someone who has really tried to get something off the ground, to you know, see something grow to a particular place. But it's like no matter what you do, you're not getting those intended results that you want. This could also be someone who completely stops talking to you, or maybe you completely not talking to someone else, or maybe some sort of financial idea that doesn't go through. You have the Knight of Pentacles, and you have the Strength card in the reverse. For some of you, this could be a financial thing. For others of you, maybe it's a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn that's involved in this. But you're debilitated. You feel weak over something that just didn't happen in the way that you wanted it to. You have the King of Cups in the reverse here. So maybe this was because of promiscuity. Maybe this is you just being in a place where it's like you want to feel very powerful moving forward, but you're also just very emotionally unstable with the transition that you're going through. And honestly, with the Sun card and the Fool card in the reverse, I feel like something comes to light, and it could be something that a person sees as a mistake or as a bad idea, okay? So the last card that we have for the present moment is the Nine of Wands in the reverse. So too much adversity, too much, you know, too much burden on our shoulders. So this is you giving up on something that is just too much, all right? With the Seven of Cups in the reverse, something happens here where you realize what it is that you have to do. It's like everything is kind of just put on the table for you. So it becomes like a no-brainer at this point. And you're realizing that there was something in your life that was a waste of time and effort. But at the same time, you're removing yourself from something that was toxic. So I definitely see you guys in a place where emotions are mixed, because on one end, yes, you're getting what you want. But on the other end, there's a lot of anger and there's a lot of fighting that's going to lead up to you getting what you want. So for some of you, you're just going through, again, that transition where you're excited about what's coming in, but you know you can't have everything that's coming in with everything that you've already had in the past. So there has to be, you know, some sort of sacrifice. There has to be a part of you that you let go of so that you make room for the growth that you're about to go through, okay? Now, the first card that you guys have for the future, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So if this isn't a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn that's going to be very significant in your life, then it could be you being in a place where you really want to secure your finances, where you're really feeling very stable, or where you're dealing with someone who's like that, you know, someone who's a boss and very good with money. You have the Ten of Cups in the reverse, and you have the High Priestess in the reverse, where, and this is, you know, this is not common for you, Pisces. I tell you guys all the time, you're the most intuitive sign, you know, out of all signs. Look, your energy here is the Moon card, where secrets are clear, or whatever's happening here is very clear. But then you have the High Priestess in the reverse, where it's like, okay, I see this clearly for what it is, but damn, I don't want to see it for what it is just yet. It's like, you know what it is, but you don't want to put a title on it yet. You don't want to fully admit to what this is yet. So there's just an unhappy and, you know, unstable transition here. Now, I do see that with the direction that you're taking, you can definitely stabilize yourself in a very strong way. It's just getting over that initial bump in the road, that initial, you know, sadness in the road, that's going to lead you to this. But eventually you do get yourself to a point where you do dodge a bullet here with the Tower card in the reverse. So we have the Sun card, and we have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so something comes to light where you guys have to be very guarded. Maybe someone's being guarded towards you. Maybe this is saying that there's going to be a big change where you need to make sure that your finances are good and that you're not overspending, because maybe you need to unexpectedly, you know, handle shit that you weren't expecting to. But yeah, you definitely dodge some sort of bullet here. Blessings do come in for you, but there's just an initial burden that you have to deal with. The trick here, Pisces, is that you guys want to do what feels natural to you. You have the Emperor and you have the Hanged Man and the World card here, guys. So you're going into something absolutely magnificent, but you know, the best route for you to take is the authentic one. Okay, the Emperor is someone that has gone through so much in life and they've experienced so many life lessons, and that's why they're able to lead a group of people. That's why they're able to be in charge, because they've made the mistakes. They know what's wrong. They know, you know, that certain decisions lead to, you know, bad places. So in this case, be true to yourself. You know, listen to everything that you've learned up till now and use that, you know, information, use that knowledge, use that intellect to make better decisions moving forward. So you have to live authentically. You have to do what you know is genuinely best for you and you only. This is not going to be a time where you're thinking about, you know, everyone else involved. You have to ask yourself, well, what's going to be good for me? Okay, because with how tuned you guys are with your emotions, if you're not in a good place emotionally, there's going to be people around you that feel that. Okay, and then if they're feeling that, then that's just even more fucked up for you, because as the natural empaths that you guys are, now you're going to feel their shit. I have my moon in Pisces, and a lot of people are like, oh, you're so hospitable. Oh my God, you're always doing so much when we're in your home. And I'm like, it's not really for you. Honestly, it's for me, because if you're uncomfortable, then I'm uncomfortable, and I need to be comfortable. So that's the Pisces in me, where it's just like, shut the fuck up, here, take this, be comfortable, so that everybody else can be chill. So it's more of like, I'm not necessarily always a good host. I just don't like awkwardness, you know? So make sure that you're doing what's best for you, okay? The last card that you guys have for the future is the Six of Swords in the reverse. So again, a transition that you're making where there's something that's just hard to let go of, guys. All right, but you have balance here. You make a decision that brings you balance. It's just hard to make that decision. All right. Now you have the Judgment card in the reverse. So there's something that's hard for you to move away from, but you know that it wasn't a good call. You know that there was a lot of instability here and that you had to let it go. And that's you making the Emperor decision, saying, you know, this is what's best, because this was too much of a burden for me and I need to do what feels natural. I need to go with my flow. Okay. So yeah, a lot of great things coming in, Pisces, but there has to be sacrifices that we make in order to attain these things. So let's pull some cards of advice here. I know I always use Oracle cards as well, guys, but I have not opened the box yet that has them, so I will find them eventually. But let's see what's going on here. What advice can I give to my lovely Pisces for this July mid-month? All right, the Six of Cups in the reverse wanted to pop out, so you guys will have an extra card here. Seven of Cups, Two of Swords, Page of Cups in the reverse, Justice card in the reverse. There's something that's not genuine anymore. You guys already have something here that can bring you balance. You already have something new that you can build on, but there's a sense of finding out what's insincere in your life at this point, whether the insincerity is coming from you or from someone that you're dealing with. But there's something that is an illusion at this point where you're between a rock and a hard place and you're trying to figure out, what's the best way to move forward from this. But the best way to move forward is to realize that you have to put something in the past, and it doesn't have to be, this heavy, burdening feeling. It's something that could be done amicably. So let's clarify these. We have the Seven of Swords, Emperor in the reverse, Queen of Swords in the reverse, and you have the 10. My computer cut me out. So the last thing I was saying was that you guys had the 10 of Wands in the reverse that flew out, and then the energy being the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So honestly, whether it's your secret or someone else's secret, somebody's just not being honest with who they are or with what it is that they want. And when they're honest about who they are or what it is that they want, it's going to cause a lot of conflict, but at the same time, it releases a lot of burden. Okay, it's going to be the type of situation where you guys just have to rip the Band-Aid off. I don't see there being like an easy way to get around this. I see you as just having to speak your truth, being authentic, saying what you have to say. Maybe it'll hurt people, maybe it hurts you, but you release a lot of burden. Okay, I know that especially, when you guys are so in tune emotionally, it's important for you to make others feel good the same way I just told you, I have to do that for people sometimes. But in this case, you're going to want to think about what makes you feel good. Okay, because I don't want this to be the type of situation where you tiptoe around something and you're scared to make the moves that you have to make, just to save someone else from feeling bad. What about you? What about what makes you happy? What about the direction that you're meant to take? So just make sure that you're taking the direction that you're meant to take, and make sure that you're putting yourself first, because again, as Pisces, you guys are going to be prone to kind of taking the back burner and making sure that everyone else is good. But this is the universe saying, fuck that, do what's good for you at this point. So again, guys, it might be scary to live in this authenticity because I do see backlash that comes in for sure. But it's inevitable. Whether you say your truth now and you go through this shit now, or you wait 5 years and then go through it in 5 years, what do you want to do? Do you want to rip it off and live authentically now, or do you want to be unhappy with something in your life for the next 5 years? So don't, when we're looking at certain things, think about your future self. Think about, what can I do to make sure that my future self is set? And if that means you have to take a bullet right now so that your future self is good, then you take that bullet, because no one's going to love you more than you love yourself. So what do you need to do to make sure that you're good for you? All right, Pisces? Yeah? All right, guys. I love you guys so much. You know this. I changed around my website a little bit, so the readings are more affordable now, so you guys can always check that out, highvibrationswithliz.com. That will be in the description below as well. If there's absolutely anything that you need in regards to... Well, I pretty much read everything, guys. I do have question options as well. So as long as you guys aren't doing a reading on, like, let's say a person that has nothing to do with you, like, hey, oh, that girl who screwed me over 10 years ago, what's happening in her life? Like, it has nothing to do with you at all. That's not stuff I really read about. I don't do anything about anyone who has passed away, anything like that. So... yeah, that's the type of stuff I stay away from. Another thing, guys, that I do want everyone to know, I've had, certain people in the past message me when they're in a really tough place, like a suicidal sort of place. Not that I'm not willing to help, but at that point I get uncomfortable, because I feel like at that point, you need to seek a professional, someone who's equipped to do that. I'm just here giving good vibes and good advice. So just know, if there's something that's that dire, that, I'm probably not the best person to go to. But if you want to find out if, let's say, you have a genuine friend or not, I can let you know that, okay? But again, you guys can find me on Instagram. Check out my daily energies every day on my story, High Vibrations 44. Take care, Pisces. Love you.